code. I'll leave it in the link of the video. And last week's video, the little box I made, I'm still working on a PDF, which I'm almost have it finished. And I don't know if I can share it to my business page, but I think I can share it in the VIP group, and I will definitely share it with my team. So you guys will have that. And we are going to do a giveaway for that. I did state that anybody who commented on the video will get a chance to win the box that I made last week filled with 10 note cards and envelopes. So I will pick that drawing, or get that drawing when I point you guys down. And when you guys do use my host code, when you place an order with me, any size order, and you use that host code, you will get something special from me in the mail. So that's that. Let me point you guys down. I really don't have too much to say other than get your orders in. Let me turn you guys upside down, point you guys down. We're going to do the giveaway first, and then I'll show you the card we're going to be making. So let's see. My dogs are barking. No, well, my one dog. My other dog had to go to the vet again today. She, her paw, she strained her paw, and she was doing really well with it. And then she got froggy over the weekend with the other dog and pulled the muscle again. So the vet wanted to see just to make sure, and they said everything's good. There's no swelling. There's no nothing. We just got to keep her calm and not run around and play. Okay. It's kind of hard. She's a lab and all she wants to do is play. But so that's that. She's doing good though. There's nothing too serious with her. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring in this little basket here. Yeah, she does have, they did prescribe pain medicine for her. So if she gets to where I can tell, I can see it in her face, the pain or whatever, then I can give her one of the pills to comfort her. It's like a dog Tylenol, I guess. But she's barking and running around. She's going to sprain it again. She was doing really well too. And then over the weekend, she got really froggy, and that's what happened. So everybody who commented last week is everybody who's here today. Woohoo, thank you. So I'm going to just put your guys, if I get more people commenting, I would probably do the wheel, but there's only ever really 5 or 6 people that comment on the videos, and I appreciate it so much. I love having people here. When I first was doing my live videos, I would do my live presentation and nobody was here. I did it like in the morning on I don't know what it was, maybe a Wednesday or something. And I would sit here and talk, and I'd ask questions, and I'm like, oh wait, nobody's here. I can't. So it was pretty sad, you guys. So I'm glad you guys joined me. So let me just ruffle these around here. Amy, yeah, she's 53 pounds and I can't carry her. I would love to. My son carries her. He'll bring her upstairs, or my husband will. But all right, let me pick one of these. Let's see. Let's pick out this one and see who it is. Let's see, you guys ready? It is Amy. Yay! So, Amy, you won. So, here's the box in case you forgot. So you'll get this box in the mail with me filled with note cards. So, and I'll decorate the note cards up. Unless you want me to leave the note. So my plan was to have the note cards already done and already decorated. So it looks like I have them done, but nope, just kidding. I got one done. So what I'll do is I will get these done and decorated for you and get these out in the mail this week. If you would rather, it's up to you. I don't mind decorating them and have them ready to go. But Amy, I know you, and if you would rather me just send the rest blank, because there's a total of 10, so one is decorated, just message me and let me know if you want them blank and you want to decorate them yourself, or I can decorate them and send them out to you. So just let me know. So congratulations, Amy. Woohoo! All right, so I'll put this over here. Let's see. Okay, awesome. So you want to decorate them? Whew, that saves me a lot of work. Thank you, Amy. I mean, I don't mind doing it, but thank you. So here's the card we're going to make today. And your work is beautiful, so that's awesome. So look at this card, you guys. Isn't that pretty? So I mostly want to show you guys how to do that. The rest of the card's pretty simple. But this set, I'm going to change up the colors too, because I wasn't too crazy with the gray shelves and the gray shutters there. Yeah, I did all the hard stuff. Yeah, the box is all set, and I'll have, I should have the PDF all done, so I'll actually send you a printed version of it in your giveaway of the box and stuff. So here's the card. We're going to make this card. I'm going to show you guys how to do this card. This is using the, like I said, the welcoming window set. This is a great set. I didn't realize it. I've had it for a while, and I just pulled it off the shelf today to create something with it. So you have Mother's Day in here. There's a thank you. Here's one, wishing our paths crossed a little more often. I know a ton of people that I could put that on. There's a welcome, my sweet friend, and then birthday, sending sunshine for a beautiful birthday. So it's really pretty set. And then you have all the dies to go with it. It cuts out all the, there's flower pots in here. You have the three different size, you have 3 different size flower pots, but you have 2 of the smaller ones. So this little guy here, and then flowers, and then you have the little like brackets that you can put on the windows. And then this one cuts out your shelf down here. And then this cuts out the window, you know, the little shutter, I guess, that cuts that out. This cuts out the shutters right here. This is a textured cut. And then this cuts out the frame. So I'll show you all that, and you got your picture and stuff. It's a super cute set. Really enjoyed playing with it and messing around with it today. So let's start off with the this. I'm gonna show you guys this. That's why we have a lot of inks today. So let's see what you guys. Oh, Dawn, good. You just got that. So now you can make this card with it if you want. Let's see here. All right, so I've already pre-cut. I had a little time today, kind of, sort of. So I already pre-cut this little piece. So this piece is actually this die here. So it's little, but it's cute. So I want to show you guys. So my downline, Diane, she gave me this. It's label and cover up tape. A couple weeks ago, maybe month ago, couple months ago, I don't know. It was a while ago, but it's awesome stuff. It's Post-it. And what's so nice about it is it doesn't tear the paper. It doesn't stick real hard to where it's going to tear it, but it sticks enough to do your masking and stuff. So this is what I'm using. I've already pre-cut out. Let me show you. And I think that's like, I think you can get this probably Amazon or Walmart, anywhere. Let me show you guys. Where is it? So I used the layering circles. These things are worth their weight in gold, let me tell you. And I used the smallest one to cut this out. Now, the tape is not big enough to cut the complete circle out, but it doesn't matter because, as you can see on the card, I just used half. So Amazon, Diane got them on Amazon. Okay, so I didn't need the whole complete circle. So I already pre-cut that out with these layering circles. If you guys don't have these layering circles, they are, like I said, worth their weight in gold. I use them all the time. I used to use, when we offered the stitched shape, there was circles, squares, and ovals. There was 3 different sizes. I use them all the time. I still use them, but of course, you know, they're not available. But they're one of those products that once they retire, you don't get rid of them. So we're going to take this, and we're not going to use this part yet because we're going to do the bottom, which will be the water and the sand. So I'm going to take a piece of this long enough to cover that. Let me make sure that that's not going to be long enough. That's probably going to be long enough. Do a little bit more. There we go. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to divide this. I don't know. I didn't really divide it right in half. I think there's more sky than there is water, I think. So maybe a little bit higher. That's probably good. So I'm just going to work on this bottom part for right now. So let me bring in the, where is it? Crumb cake. So I already have these sponge daubers. So we have many different tools. Oh, the layering, oh man, the layering circles are no longer available. Well, I'm sorry for saying go get them. Anywho, I'm using crumb cake. I try to look at the stuff before I get on here, but time gets the best of me and I just don't think to look. So crumb cake, sponge daubers, these things are awesome. I think you get 5 for, is it $5? I'm not quite sure, but they're fairly cheap. I think it's 5 for $5. And these fit right on the tip of your finger. What I love about, we have so many wonderful coloring tools, and they're all, you know, I think you need all of them, because the blending brushes I love, but the blending brushes won't work on this because it's such a small area. So I love these daubers because you have more control in a smaller setting. So I'm just going to take some of the crumb cake and I'm going to tap it into my ink pad. And before I go directly on my workspace, I'm going to come off of it because you're going to get those dark lines. So I take off most of the ink, and then I'm just going to go along the bottom here just to give it like the sand kind of effect. And I'm not going to go too crazy with it. I think that's good. But I'm going to leave this open, and just in case I want to add some more there. So, and now this color here is Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing in there. And see, if you were to put that right on your project, you see how dark you first start off? That's why I always recommend taking most of it off. You can always add more ink once you start going, but you can't take it off. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And I'm going into the crumb cake a bit, just to kind of blend together. And then I think I want it to go a little darker. I want that nice, I don't know, Caribbean water, I guess. That nice blue water where it's nice and warm all the time. So I'm going to do a little bit more crumb cake here. All right, so I think that's perfect. I think that's enough blue and enough brown. So I'm going to close those up. We're actually all done with these two colors. Like I said, there is a lot of ink to this, but we're not using a whole lot of, we are using a lot of ink, but in a little tiny small space. So now what we're going to do is take this tape off. So look at that beautiful line you have. So now let me bring in this guy. I'm going to put this down first, and I'm going to kind of eyeball it to be for the sun. I think that's probably good. So we're going to stick that down. We're going to bring this tape back, and now we're going to line it up and tape. I'm going to probably have to pull this off camera so I can see it, but you want to get it lined up right to where you ink that blue up. Now we're going to work on this big part here. So there's only actually 3 colors I'm using here. So we're going to bring in Daffodil Delight and open that up. Let me move these over here. So the Daffodil Delight's going to come in, and again, we're just going to do the same thing off to the side. Now on this other card, it's hard to tell, but I used Mango Melody, but I don't know. I wanted it a little brighter, so we'll see what happens on this one. So I'm just going to come in and kind of go over around the sun. And then I'm going to open up my cherry cobbler. And you know what? Might as well open up the pool party while we're at it. So I'm going to take the cherry cobbler. Now I want to get most of this off. I'm just going to start adding the red in. Going around by the sun. And it just gives it that nice, like, orangey haze. And I think I want to bring in a little bit more yellow. There we go. And then we'll just top it off with that pool party. Yeah, the the cherry cobbler I like. I like the real red and I wish we had more reds, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna take this pool party and kind of bring that in towards the top there. And the nice thing about these cards is you can make them all different just depending on what colors you use. So that's that right there. So I think I'm going to be done with it, with all the coloring and shading. And so these guys, all these inks colors that I used, we are done with it. That was just for your window setting there. Okay, so let me get these all out of the way. So those sponge daubers, like I said, they're great. They're another great coloring tool. So let's get this out of here. Let's put that on there. So we have the nice clean. So there it is. Isn't that pretty? I love it. So these can be reused, so you can save them to make more of these cards if you wanted to. So I'll put these on the inside of my I'll put them in here so that they're with the stamp set, so I know they're right in there. So what I did for the sun is I took the Daffodil Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to color that in. I'm going to do the lighter one, I think. I like the lighter color, I think, better. I'm going to go careful around by the water because I don't want it to really bleed into the water. And there you go. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful sunset, looking out the window, watching it. Okay, so let's bring in all of our pieces. Let's finish. We'll do our stamping. So in here, we do have a little bit of stamping we're going to do. So in this set, there are 2 sets of flowers. You can pick either one. I did this one. And what I love about this is Stampin' Up! Took on these flowers, and on your paper here, I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but there is a 1A and a 2A, and then a 1B and a 2B. So you know which flowers will coordinate together. So these two coordinate together. This is a 1A, and this is a, no, these do not coordinate together. These two coordinate together. This is a 1A and this is a 1B. So these two go together, and then you have 2A and 2B. So these two. So they helped by taking the guess out of which flowers go with which. So let me pull that backing off. And we're going to take the leaves here. Now I did this in Old Olive. So what's nice too is all of these dies that come in this set all fit through the mini emboss machine. So you could get the mini emboss machine and this stamp set. Both are on sale for 20% off. So this we're going to stamp out in Old Olive. Set this aside here so I don't get ink on it. So we'll stamp this down, and then I'll show you guys how easy it is to line that up. Where is it? Oh, I pulled it out, the stamp set. So we'll take that matching flowers here, and I thought polished pink to match the base of the card. This gives it that nice pop. So with this, you can pretty easily line this up, but it's a lot harder when the camera is there. So you can see, if you see the gaping holes within the flowers or within the leaves, you kind of know to put them right there. So, oh, I didn't do too bad without having the camera over me. I do too. I love the two-step layering. It's so pretty. I wish we would get, and I know, I wish we would get stamp sets that had multiple layerings. Some of them other stamp sets out there have multiple layering, and I often think, oh, it'd be so nice to have them, but then I also think how complicated they could get with multiple. So I think the two steps is awesome because it's simple, but it gives that effect to it. So we're gonna stamp out the water vase, I should say. It does take practice to line them up. Donna says she always messes them up. I bet she doesn't always mess them up. I bet she messed it up once. But it takes practice to line them up. And this isn't perfect. So I'm going to stamp out. This, by the way, is Cinnamon Cider, which is one of the colors that will be retiring. All the in color, not all the in colors, but the 5 in colors from 2020 to 2022. Those in colors will be retiring. So I'm going to stamp this down. And what I like about this stamp set is it gives that nice watercolor effect when you stamp down on it. Happy accidents, yep. Oh yeah, jug of lemonade. That's perfect. That would be so cool to have a little lemon sticking out of that. You're right, Dawn. That does remind me of a jug of lemonade. So I'm just wiping my stamps clean off the camera on my simple chamois. And where did I put? See, I keep losing the stamp set and it's right in front of me. And then we're going to use this pot. It's like the middle-sized one. It's kind of a fatter pot. So, and again with the, I don't know why I closed it, Cinnamon Cider. So I'll stamp that down. And then well, there's not, we got a couple things, more things for stamping, but So that was just a scrap piece of paper so that we can cut them out. I have a piece, this is a 1.5 by 1.5 inch square. And in here is that sentiment, sending sunshine for a beautiful birthday, which I thought was so fitting with the sun. So I'm going to stamp that in Memento. I just picked like all these different inks. I'm like, yep, we're using this, we're using that. Oh, with little umbrellas in them. Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. So I'm going to stamp this right in the center, hopefully, of this. I should have checked my ink. It's a little, you know what? Let's flip it. Always two sides, right? All right. Let's try that again. I think it's the same. Oh, that's better. It's just a little light on that other one. All right. And then we might as well bring in our other piece, and then we'll be all done stamping. So I cut a piece of basic gray. This is cut 5 1/4 by 4. We're gonna have our card facing, is it horizontal? I have it facing this way. Deb just wrote up a thing on horizontal and landscape. In this stamp set, there are little bricks. So we're going to stamp those out. I'm going to use Versamark. Now the Versamark is nice. Mine's all dirty. Still works. Versamark is awesome because it gives you that watercolor effect on your projects, and it's so cool. So this I'm just going to stamp randomly on here. Yes, vertical portrait. Thank you, Dawn. I get them all mixed up all the time. Vertical. So we're doing it portrait size or vertical. So I'm no rhyme or reason to where I'm stamping out these bricks. Just kind of stamping them randomly. Maybe one more over here. See, I think that's good. I don't want to overdo it. So I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It's very light, very subtle. As your Versamark dries, it does get darker. So it will show a little bit better as it's drying. It does get a little darker. So that is it for our stamping, right? Yeah, that's it for our stamping. So let's go ahead. I've already pre-cut these out. Again, like I said, with our mini stamp emboss machine. So I've saved time there. They're all cut out. And then I went ahead and cut out the shutters. Now, this one I'm going to do in black. I'm going to see how that looks, how that pops out. So I cut 2 of the shutters, and when you cut them out, they cut out like this. And when you do the frame, this is how the window frame cuts out. And we're gonna cut that. And then I cut out the little shelf. So that little shelf right there. So let me show you. Where's my paper trimmer? Just move those out of the way. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer, and I'm going to take this guy. You could take your paper snips too, but I want a nice straight line, and I'm not very good with cutting with my paper snips, scissors. So I lined up the flat side there, and then I kind of just centered it, and then I'm just going to take that, and then it cuts it in half perfectly. The shelf looks like fangs. It does kind of, huh? Oh, yeah. Now I'm not going to look at it as a shelf anymore. I'm going to look at it as a fangs. So I'm going to bring in my liquid glue, and I'm going to take my shutters and we're going to assemble them. So you could use the sheets that I like on this, but it's wide enough to where you can get your liquid glue in. So it's up to you if my liquid glue would work. I'm afraid to squeeze it because you know what'll happen. It'll all plop right out. Oh, here it goes. Because remember, this stuff, a little goes a long way. So you can barely see it, but I do have glue on here. And this stuff holds so good. Come on. See, I'm squeezing a little too hard and I'm getting nervous that it's all going to plop out, and it... I know that's what's going to happen. Every time you're on camera, it messes with you. All right. Let me try a different one. I don't know why it's giving me troubles. See, a lot of times what I do is when I take the cap off is I kind of twist and get all that dried glue off. Let's see how... Oh, yeah, this one's much better. Coming out better. All right. So the cool thing about these window shutters is when you die cut them out, it leaves such a nice texture on there. It's so subtle, but yet it's not. Fangs. It's no longer a shelf. It is known as fangs. That's cool though, Dawn. You're thinking outside the box, and that's really neat. Ah, great. Glue everywhere. So there you go. Let me just get a wipe. Kind of wipe up that glue right there because I don't want to. All right, so those we'll set aside for right now. We'll bring in our card base, which is polished pink. I just thought the gray, it pops so well. So let's put that on our card base. So you could use a liquid glue if you want. I'm just going to use my Stampin' seal. Give it a couple of swipes here. I just love the combo of pink and gray. They look so nice together. So now what I'm going to do is this window I kind of put off to the side. I think I'm going to center this window on this card. So where is my little guy here? So I'm going to pop these guys up. So let's put some Stampin' Dimensionals on them. Then it gives the look like the window, like it's an actual window because it's set back and your shutters are popped up. If that makes sense. Oh no, Deb says her Wi-Fi keeps glitching out. So I'm going to take the backs off these guys. So if you don't have fingernails, another great tip is your Take-A-Pick tool, and you take the little pokey side and poke in at an angle and pull up, and it pops those papers right off. So, and then this I'm going to use, where is it? Where is it? My Stampin' seal. So let's see. We're going to kind of try to center this, I think. That looks about center, right, you guys? I think that's good. And then we're going to take our shutters, put one on one side, one on the other side. And then if you guys could see the depth to it, you could see that it looks like that window, that's an actual window there by popping them up. So, and I think that's crooked, isn't it? A little bit crooked, but it's all right. And then we have our fangs. I almost call it a shelf. We're going to take the fangs and we're going to put it down here. And I'm just going to glue that just flat. I don't know how I feel about the black shutters. Let me see how, when we get everything together, how it looks. So you're going to put this right about, I want to say, I take my pot and the flower and kind of eyeball it. See where you want that flower, if you want it in the window. So I'm thinking right about here we're going to put that. And that, like I said, we just put that flat down. And then these flowers here, we're going to do a little bit of glue just right here. We're going to take our plant and then our pot and kind of just, so your pot is just sticking out a little bit. And then this is going to get popped up. Where is the dimensionals? Right here. Love the dimensionals. Yeah, Amy, the grays and the pinks, they just pop so much. Love them. I feel like that one shutter is crooked, but maybe it's just me. So I'm going to take my pot and stick that right there. And then our little pitcher, that's going to get popped up. I think I like it with the black. I don't know. I'm just going to use one dimensional on the pitcher. And then we'll put that right over here on the end here. And then, oh, I forgot our piece of basic white to go on the inside of the card. Put that in there. Gotta have a nice place to write. You could also do some stamping inside here if you wanted. And then last but not least, I have this guy. So I could do it like this with it square, but I didn't like it square. So on this one, you notice how it's rounded. Bringing in my favorite punch. Love this little punch. So I'm going to bring in the rounded corner side. And it's a little bit of a tight fit, but is that the right side? Yes. But you can still slip it in there. Just make sure it's pressed up against both sides there. I'm just going to go around each of the corners. You could also use your take-a-pick tool if you wanted to, but you have enough room where you don't need that. And then it gives it that nice rounded look to it. And then that's going to go right here in the bottom. I just think that that just looks better with the rounded corners. And it's crooked. And it's crooked. I'm just going to wing it over here a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So there it is. There's the two cards. I think I'm liking that one better. Just the black on the white and the pink. I don't know. What do you guys think? So those are the two cards. I love them. And that set is super cute. So, Donna, that's your favorite punch too? I know, isn't it awesome? And it's 3 punches in one. So usually you buy a punch and you get 1 punch. This one's 3 in 1. So love this punch. This is the detailed trio punch. So there's that. Like I said, this guy is on sale. Let me flip you guys up. What do you guys think? Oh, I like, see how this sun is a little bit darker around it? So it just depends on the colors you use. And this, you know, you can swap out those colors. You could do purples. And what I do when I'm looking for a sunrise, a sunset, something like that, I go online and I just type in beach sunset or something, and I'll pull up all the different pictures in Google. And yeah, the black does really make it pop, doesn't it? And let me pull you guys up here so we can chit chat before we leave. Let's see. And I go onto Google, and then, like I said, is I will just Google sunsets. So you can Google like a beach sunset. If you wanted to do like a forest, you could, you know, just like that. And then I'll try to like pick out the colors in there and look at all our ink colors. And it's nice because you guys can't see it, but I have all of the Stampin' Up! Ink holders that they have, and they're right in front of my desk. So right where I work, all of our colors are right there. So I have my eyes on them at all times. So they're right in my line of view. So when I'm looking online, I can just go across my desk and say, okay, that kind of looks like that and that. And, you know, you can do trial and error too. If you pick some colors and they just don't look good, then, you know, start over again. But that tape's really cool for masking and doing that stuff. So hope you guys like that. If you guys can tell, I'm in the summer mode, and I just want summer here. I want the warmth. And that set is really super cute. So that's one of those ones that are on sale. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's almost an hour long again, huh? I just can't get under that hour. There was a lot of coloring in there, but all right, guys. Well, I will let you guys go. Thank you guys so much. Amy, I will get your present out to you probably in the mail tomorrow, now that I don't have to do any work on it. And I think that's it, guys. Maybe next week I'll do another giveaway. It's fun doing the giveaways. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next week. You guys have a great rest of your week. And meet me back here next Tuesday, same time, same bat channel. And we'll craft together again. I really love crafting with you guys. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.